Got a game here between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. I've been doing quite a bit of Boston Celtics breakdowns recently, but they're in a lot of close games, so it's not on purpose. They just seem to be in the most intriguing games. So let's get straight into it. Derek White going to bring up the ball. Josh Giddey guarding him. Let's see the lineup in the game for both teams. So it looks like for the Celtics, we are running Pritchard at the 1, Derek White at the 2. You have Jaylen Brown and Sam Hauser at the forwards, and then you have Neemias Queta at the 5. So Celtics were running Amari Williams at the 5 late in the game against the Nets, and now I don't know if Queta was out with an injury that game, but they now have him at the 5 in this one. And then as for the Bulls, we have Josh Giddey, Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, Modest Buzelis, and Jalen Smith. So no Nikola Vucevic, no Kobe White, but let's see what's going on here. Peyton Pritchard, going to go across the top of the key. Looks like this is an Iverson screen being set for Peyton Pritchard. Neemias Queta does a great job on the screen, essentially locking Ayo Dosunmu onto him. Jalen Smith needs to be aware of this, see how this play develops. So I would like Peyton Pritchard. I know the play is for him to probably get the ball on the wing, and then there's probably another progression to the play, but he's got to know that Ayo Dosunmu is he gets completely caught up in the screen. So if he kind of just sprints right off of Jaylen Brown's shoulder to this wing area, I feel like he would have a wide open 3. If Patrick Williams were to switch onto him, Jaylen Brown can slip to the rim and pass to Pritchard and then inside to Jaylen Brown or something like that. But I think Peyton Pritchard, honestly, with how Ayo Dosunmu is caught up in the screen here, could have a wide open 3 on the wing, but he kind of just goes too far out, so Ayo Dosunmu is able to recover. Now we kind of have either an on-ball screen or an entry pass into Jaylen Brown. Patrick Williams going to get switched on to Peyton Pritchard. Maybe Jaylen Brown can cut to the basket and Derek White can make that pass, but I don't really. So yeah, Ayo Dosunmu is going to top lock Jaylen Brown. I don't know if that's the best decision because Jaylen Brown has all this space to work with, and Derek White does a really good job at making that pass. No one there to protect the rim, and that's 1 bucket for Jaylen Brown, 2 points. So, I mean, it's a good action as well. I might note that Queta is setting a down screen for Sam Hauser to kind of distract Jalen Smith and Modest Buzelis. So Jalen Smith is really not worried about protecting the rim right now. He's worried about Sam Hauser coming off of this pin down for a good look for 3 on the perimeter, which allows Jaylen Brown to have all this space at the rim. So it looked kind of like a dead possession for Boston, but it ended up being a pretty solid bucket. Bulls going to push the tempo here. Pass to Buzelis. I mean, he's just going to get, it's a decent look. Inbound to Sumu, to Giddey at half court. And Buzelis gets a decent look at 3. He's going to hit that. So, I mean, if you have a good look at 3, it's not really too much of a problem taking it. And I feel confident in Buzelis hitting those kinds of shots. On-ball screen for Jaylen Brown. Can maybe make a bounce pass to Neemias Queta here. It's just going to be an over-the-top pass. So Queta's in this short roll here. I really haven't seen too much of how Queta works in the short roll. Peyton Pritchard's wide open in the corner. Does he see it? He actually does a good job turning his head. It's not the greatest of passes, but Ayo Dosunmu does a really aggressive closeout, which allows Peyton Pritchard to attack the rim. And that's a dribble pull-up. That's so smooth. Oh, my goodness. Really bad miss from Pritchard, but I like that shot. A little out of control for the Bulls. They're really playing with pace here. So here it's a 3-on-4. Bulls actually don't have numbers here, but Giddey's going to take on Pritchard. Going to pass it back out to the perimeter. Queta's going to get attached to Modest Buzelis. Sam Hauser is like, I got to close out on Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams with the fake. If Pritchard stunts at this or initiates with Patrick Williams maybe a little too strongly, Josh Giddey is wide open in the corner for an open look at 3. Peyton Pritchard does it, though. Good help from Derek White. Not really too sure why Neemias Queta is helping off of Modest Buzelis here. I mean, I feel very comfortable with Derek White being the one in help on Patrick Williams, and then Jaylen Brown should be the one who's helping the helper and get the low man, which is Jalen Smith. It's not Neemias Queta's responsibility. I don't care that he's the 5. He's the one playing on the perimeter right now on the defensive side. So this is an open look for Modest Buzelis again. It's a good look, doesn't hit it. Great offensive rebound from Giddey, just right place, right time. No one's on Ayo Dosunmu, and just he doesn't make that either. I mean, yeah, Giddey's just at the right place, right time here. Ayo's going to miss a wide open 3. Good hustle by Patrick Williams, which gets them an extra possession. I remember doing a breakdown a while back, and there was a player, I'm forgetting who it is, but I basically was saying that even just by going for the offensive rebound, you can get an extra possession for your team, even if you don't get it, just by creating a foul, or maybe the other team tips it out of bounds, like what just happened here. So it's extremely important to go for those offensive rebounds. Bulls going to set a double screen here for Modest Buzelis. Maybe they can get a good look in the corner over here for him off of a spot up. Modest doesn't really like that look. Passes it out to Jalen Smith on the perimeter. Pin down screen for Ayo Dosunmu. He's going to now come off this off-ball screen. Turns into an on-ball screen. Don't really love this. Back to Jalen Smith. Probably going to be another handoff to Ayo. Jalen Smith's actually just going to take this 3. And I feel like Neemias Queta has to know that. I mean, Jalen Smith is a capable 3-point shooter. Not too sure what he's shooting from 3 this season. With only 6 seconds left on the shot clock, Neemias Queta has to know that this is a shot that Jalen Smith can take and can hit. So he has to do, I think, a little bit better of a job just contesting this shot. Jalen Smith doesn't get it to go. Rebound Sam Hauser. Jaylen Brown now with the ball. Buzelis guarding him. Williams really not in the best position to guard Derek White if Derek White chooses to attack the basket here, which I think he should. He has momentum coming down the court. Nice step back move. Patrick Williams a little too big there. He's going to contest that shot well if Derek White decides to pull that. Chooses to give it to Jaylen Brown instead. On-ball screen by Neemias Queta. Short roll again for Queta maybe. Jaylen Brown really doesn't have the passing lane. Chooses instead to swing it back to White. And now you have Pritchard wide open in the corner because Kobe White has to help on Neemias Queta because Jalen Smith chose to double Jaylen Brown. Derek White probably has to see that. This is not a good look in my opinion, right? I mean, right here, short roll pass to Neemias Queta not there. Swing the ball to Derek White. This has to be an immediate swing to Peyton Pritchard for an open 3. Instead, White's going to pull that. Don't really like that look all that much. Buzelis the rebound. He's going to bring it up the floor. Let's see. We want the ball in the hands of Kobe White now. On-ball screen by Jalen Smith. Peyton Pritchard trailing. Maybe this ball goes to Buzelis on the wing. Sam Hauser's kind of there, though. Buzelis is just going to pull it, though. No good. So Buzelis 1 for 3 here from 3. Jaylen Brown going to pull the 3. I don't mind this shot. It's very different when, I don't know, Anthony Simons is taking that shot versus Jaylen Brown. I just tend to trust my star players more. Kobe White coming down the court. On-ball screen set by Jalen Smith. See how this... So Kobe White has Sam Hauser on his hip. He has 3 guys on him. I mean, Queta, White, and Hauser. Buzelis is wide open again on the perimeter. I don't know if Kobe White's going to see that. It's actually going to be a turnover. He wants a foul call. They're not going to call it. Jaylen Brown is going to lose his handle. Patrick Williams right behind him. Ayo Dosunmu right in front of him. Got his eyes on him. No one's really guarding Sam Hauser here. That is a wide open look from 3. You know, this isn't really beautiful basketball right now. It's kind of ugly basketball. It's fast basketball. Derek White with a nice putback there. Again, right place, right time. But what I'm noticing is Bulls really like to play fast. And I think it might be tiring the Celtics out. Maybe it's making the Celtics think that they need to play at the same pace. Because when I was doing my breakdown on the Celtics the other night, they were not playing at this pace at all against Brooklyn. So that's kind of interesting to note. Buzelis going to take on Derek White. Good hands from Derek White. Neemias Queta wasn't really at the rim to be in a spot to protect the rim there. But it's going to be Chicago basketball anyways. Out of bounds play here for the Bulls. Vucevic back in the game. Josh Giddey's actually going to be the one who takes it out. I mean, I don't really know. Jordan Walsh now in the game as well. I don't really know if Vucevic. I mean, Vucevic is kind of setting a screen here. It's kind of a moving screen, but he's going to get Jalen Smith open on the perimeter. Decides not to take that shot. On-ball screen for Josh Giddey. And how did Vucevic just get wide open there? I mean, Jordan Walsh. So because of the out-of-bounds play, the inbounds play, Neemias Queta is probably guarding Vucevic here, but Walsh is just going to get stuck behind the screen, so Queta is forced to switch on to Jalen Smith. And then let's see where Jordan Walsh goes. So he's in help for Josh Giddey, but he has to know that he's the one guarding Vucevic. Great bounce pass, or no, it's just a regular pass by Giddey. Good find. That's on Jordan Walsh right there. Derek White now bringing up the ball. Pass to Jaylen Brown. He's going to bring it to the top of the key. And he's just going to take Jalen Smith one-on-one. Not really anything at the rim. Pretty good defense by Jalen Smith. Don't like that shot. Rebound Josh Giddey, but it's going to be a foul. Who's that a foul on? Was that a foul on Jalen Smith? Or a foul on Queta? I don't know who that was a foul on. But Celtics going to get, or no, that wouldn't have been a foul on Queta. That's a foul on someone on the Bulls. Maybe Buzelis. I don't know. Queta's going to set a off-ball screen for Sam Hauser. He's going to catch this. Handoff back to Derek White maybe. No. Handoff to Jaylen Brown. He's going to attack the baseline. Quick first step at the rim. And it's a charge. I agree with that call. Kobe White did a really good job coming in to help. Wasn't moving. Not in the restricted area. I think that's the right call. Now we have Kobe White bringing up the ball. We have an on-ball screen being set by Jalen Smith and Nikola Vucevic on opposite sides. Kobe White chooses to go to his right. Has Pritchard on his hip. Spin move. Vucevic. Pass to Vucevic on the wing. Sam Hauser's on him. He wants to ISO. Derek White coming to help a little too much maybe. Josh Giddey's going to take that three. No good. Buzelis the rebound. Let's see. He's going to set an on-ball screen for Kobe White. Kobe White doesn't really go anywhere. Good help from Jaylen Brown. Awkward shot for Kobe White. Really good defense by the Celtics there. Jaylen Brown now has the ball in his hands. Spin move. Layup is good, and they're going to count it. Is that with his left? It was with his left. That's funny. So, Jaylen Brown with yet again an outstanding performance. He should be in MVP conversation. I know he just missed a free throw. He should be in MVP conversations a little bit more, in my opinion. I know he's not going to win it. It's probably going to be Shea, but he should be in those conversations more, at least in my opinion. Gonna have an on-ball screen here for Josh Giddey set by Jalen Smith. They're gonna double Josh Giddey, and Giddey's gonna say that Queta got a piece of it, but the ref's gonna call it a double dribble. Let's see. I don't know if Queta. No, that was probably a double dribble. Giddey's really gonna say he hit the ball. Let's see. This is a much better angle. He does hit the ball. I don't know the detailed ruling on a call like that, but Queta does hit the ball there. So now let's see. 2 minutes left. Celtics down by 2. Really important possession for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown wants Kobe White to get switched onto him. Jalen Smith going to double. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I think that's a bit early to double. Pritchard just needs to stay on this wing. I don't really know why he's cutting to like the free throw line. Sam Hauser now on the wing. Buzelis guarding him. Drive and kick to Jaylen Brown. Is he going to shoot that? No, he's going to drive now. Vucevic can be in help. Giddey has to help the helper in case Vucevic, helps right here. Good defense from Jalen Smith. Really good defense from Jalen Smith. And it's going to be a jump ball. See who wins this one. Probably is going to be Jalen Smith. Now, Jaylen Brown actually wins the tip. Straight to Neemias Queta. He's going to put up a shot. No good. Jalen Smith the rebound. I don't think Queta really needed to. How much time was left? Oh, no. He needed to put that up. There was 1.3 seconds left on the shot clock. That's actually good awareness by Neemias Queta. Just didn't go. Bulls now going to bring the ball up to make this a two-possession game possibly. Giddey wants a screen from Jalen Smith. Let's see what happens here. Derek White's going to stay with Giddey pretty much the whole time. He's going to go under the screen. Jaylen Brown going to help. He might be able to recover to the corner, though. Buzelis for 3 again, no good. So he's 1 for 4 now from 3. since we've been doing this breakdown. Not great. He hit his first one. He's missed his last 3. Go screen by Sam Hauser. Vucevic gets switched on to Derek White. Step back 3 for Derek White is no good. And that ball is off of Kobe White. And he is not taking that well. Wow, that is definitely off of Peyton Pritchard. And I think they got the call right. How does Jaylen Brown get on? Okay, so Neemias Queta is going to set an on-ball. Sorry, Nikola Vucevic going to set an on-ball screen for Kobe White. And he's just going to get switched on to Kobe White. So now Jaylen Brown, Nikola Vucevic has a mismatch with Jaylen Brown on him. Ball's going to get swung to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is looking for this. But you see Jaylen Brown, he knows that this is a mismatch. He knows that Vucevic has the mismatch on him. So he's going to kind of use his hands a little bit. He does not want Vucevic to get a ball. It's a nice veteran play right there from Jaylen Brown. Kobe White. Now Giddey's like, the pass to Vucevic is not there. Like, that's not going to work. Let me just give this to Kobe White because he's probably a better self-creator for his own shot, right? This is why Kobe White's on the basketball floor. Plus, he has the mismatch of Neemias Queta on him, the taller, slower defender, because Kobe White is quicker than Neemias Queta. So Kobe White's going to dance on him, loses his handle, step back 3, no good. So Bulls have missed a lot of threes here. Celtics going to bring it up, ball in the hands of Jaylen Brown again. Going to work on Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith played good defense on him last time out, plays good defense again. Love the defense from Jalen Smith in those 2 possessions. So now Bulls can possibly make this a 2-possession game. A lot of on-ball screens involving Jalen Smith and Josh Giddey. They're going to double Giddey. I mean, if Jalen Smith is a capable 3-point shooter, he's just got to take this. I know he probably doesn't want to be in these positions. He probably hasn't been put in these positions to take and make such, clutch jump shots. So I think he just gets a little scared there. Passes it to Kobe White. Modest Buzelis is open in the corner, so this should be swing to the corner. Kobe White doesn't want to do that. He actually wants to take Derek White head on. Not the smartest decision, I don't think. Wow. Yeah, not the smartest decision. When you should make the swing pass to the corner, it's usually not the smartest decision to take Derek White one-on-one. 3 defenders, really 4 defenders, collapse onto Kobe White. He has to put up like kind of a circus shot. Jalen Smith doesn't get the putback dunk to go. Jaylen Brown the other way in transition, going to get a tough left-handed layup to go over Josh Giddey. So Bulls now have 14.2 seconds left to potentially win this game. They should go for the last shot. And you see Kevin Huerter in the game, who I don't think has been in the game yet. Hugo Gonzalez going to enter the game as well. So we see Kevin Huerter and Hugo Gonzalez in the game for the first time. Ball going to get inbounded to Josh Giddey. And they're going to have Hugo Gonzalez on him. Let's see. Pin down screen. Sam Hauser is going to switch on to Kobe White. Now we want an on-ball screen. They want Jaylen Brown to get away from the action, which is smart in my opinion. And what's happening there with Hugo and Sam? I think Hugo and Sam Hauser are probably miscommunicating here because Hugo thinks that he needs to stay on Josh Giddey, but Hugo's getting in the way of Sam Hauser getting to Kobe White, which is exactly what happens. Derek White has to help on to Kobe White. Kevin Huerter wide open in the corner. I don't know why Queta doesn't react quicker. And Kevin Huerter is going to hit a game winner. To me, that is miscommunication between Hugo and Sam Hauser there. Because if Sam Hauser communicates and Hugo switches on to let's see here. If Hugo switches on to Kobe White, Sam Hauser could just take on Josh Giddey. Hugo would have contested this, or he would have been where Kobe White was at, so Derek White wouldn't have needed to help, making Kevin Huerter not wide open for this 3 in the corner. So bad communication, poor miscommunication between those 2 Celtics players, and it's going to cost them the game because they can't put up a 3-point shot with just 0.2 seconds remaining. So a good win for the Chicago Bulls. Really don't know the direction the Bulls are heading towards because sometimes I watch them. Oh, I forgot. This is Derrick Rose jersey retirement night. That's pretty cool that they got a win. Sometimes I watch them and I like the pieces on this roster. They play well together. And then other times they look completely unwatchable. I really think they should just trade Vucevic, maybe move on from some of your expirings that can get you back some assets in return, some future assets in return, because this is not a team that's going to do anything in the playoffs. So I'd rather build around Buzelis, build around Giddey, and go in that direction, because being a mediocre play-in team year after year just doesn't do anything for your franchise. It's never going to get you anywhere. As for the Celtics, I'm really at the point where I kind of just want to see Tatum back on this team. I know they're a good team, and I'm not worried about them, but yeah, I just want to see Tatum back on this team playing.